I just want to say before this video starts, stick around to the end of the video if you want to see the updates for the 2JZ. I'm super excited to show you guys what I have and like where the car is right now. But without further ado, go ahead and enjoy the rest of this video.
What up, y'all? So here we are back with another video, just taking Julian's channel hostage again. And as you guys saw before the last video, we pretty much got my engine bay all painted. Today's now the next day, Monday. Not gonna lie, it took everything in me to just let it sit and not start bolting on parts back on it and getting it all situated and get it ready for all, the motor to get dropped back in and all that. Pretty much how my Monday went. I went ahead and went over to my friend's shop. He does powder coat over at Bulletproof Powder Coating. Him and his dad just started the business and all their work is phenomenal. Jordan's been powder coating for a little over 8 years now. He's done every single thing on my car, down to the dumb stuff to where I'm doing hood hinges, the headlight buckets, the brake line holders, everything from all the small details to just the big parts like the valve cover, the bash bars, you name it. I went over and took him my turbo housing, also took Z85 Jews as well, and he went and knocked it out the park. It just came out good. Jordan's Instagram will be posted somewhere on here along with the company Bulletproof Powder Coating as well. Man, when I tell you they really put the time into getting everything right. Jordan's the kind of person to where if he sees one just small imperfection, he'll redo the whole product. He'll get it to that finish of exactly what you want it to. And it's crazy to have somebody that cares that much about the parts that are not going on their vehicle and somebody else's vehicle is just impeccable. All right, I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait. So I'm just gonna start bolting all the stuff that goes pretty much only underneath the car for now. And then tomorrow I'll get started on the rest of the stuff and let it bake in the sun before putting the motor in. So
what's the deal, y'all? Z85 Jew back with another video. Right now we're pulling up to my boy's house. I actually just got here. You can see the garage is open. We're picking up one thing from his house that we actually both sent off. We both sent off our turbo housings to get powder coated, and I'm not gonna tell you guys what color yet. You will see that later in the video, but I told this fool to hold off on putting anything on his car because the paint is so fresh, right? So let's see if he holds up to that. What the heck are you doing?
Hey, I was just looking, you know what I mean?
Hey,
how nice it is, you know what I'm saying?
This fool. So as you can see, this fool doesn't listen at all. He went ahead and put some stuff on right now, but I will give him the benefit of the doubt because it is hand tight. It's not fully bolted on. Stuff at the bottom doesn't really matter, but yeah, you can see how good this thing looks. And this is a day after the paint was shot, and just look at that, dog. Just crazy. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. You guys can go watch the other video. That's gonna be linked right here. Here is the turbo. Here's my boys. Went ahead and chromed it out. This was actually my suggestion because I was telling him that how nice it was gonna complete the motor with everything being so shiny and stuff. Let me know what you guys think about that. You think he should have done another color, or do you think it's too much chrome? What do you think? I love it. Yeah, looks amazing. It actually makes the turbo look a lot bigger. I'll throw up another picture of what it used to look like right here. And then also here is mine over here. So same thing, went with chrome. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to go ahead and get home and throw it on the car. What's the deal, y'all? We're finally back at my house. I hope you guys enjoyed the beginning of this video, but before we end today's video, I want to give you kind of a rundown of all the parts that I have. I've been collecting parts over the course of these few weeks, and I feel like it's good enough to give you guys a really good update. So let's go ahead and check it out. So without further ado, the first thing you're gonna see here, don't mind this is the old fan setup that we may or may not be using, but I'll put this over here. First thing you can see, we do have a Koyorad radiator. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this thing out. After pulling this thing out, this is what it looks like. It's a pretty big, decent sized radiator. It's brand new. Bought it off a guy. He actually just test fitted it for his 300ZX, and he said it wasn't going to work. He went with a tucked setup. So this is not technically a tuck setup. As you see, you have the little pins here that would pretty much mount to the car, but we're actually going to be chopping those off and kind of tucking this setup. The reason why I went with the Koyorad and just this one in particular, if you know JZ's, the water neck is actually on the same side. So if you come over here to the JZ, you can see the top one is right here on the left side, and then the bottom one is going to be down there, right there. So technically they're both on this side. So I'm probably going to end up chopping this off right here, and then, having that just go right there to the radiator. And hopefully I'll be able to tuck it under there enough, but we'll get to that later. That's gonna be the radiator setup. I'm super excited. I'm gonna see if I can reuse my fans that I actually had on the VQ, but if not, it's no big deal. We'll go ahead and buy a nice set of fans, but I think it'll be clean, and obviously the wire will match what the car has currently. So that's my plan for right now for the radiator. radiator and everything like that. And it also came with a cap, because apparently this cap is like $50 to $60. Pretty weird, you buy a radiator and it doesn't come with a cap. So I didn't know that. When I got the Mishimoto it did, but hey, you learn something new every day. All right, now that we got that over to the side, let's go ahead and pull out our handy dandy tool cart. And as you can see, it's filled with a bunch of stuff. So we'll start at the top. Right here is going to be the Mishimoto thermostat. This one, I believe it's supposed to be like 20 to 40 degrees cooler than stock. So that's really cool. My friend came over. He was like, bro, this looks like a Rubik's Cube. I don't know why they package it like that. It's kind of cool. But yeah, that's going to be that. Next up on the list, we have our Flex fuel sensor. So this is going to be going under the car with the fuel lines. Believe it or not, with the Turbo VQ, I never had a flex fuel sensor on the car. So the ECU that I was running, which was the stock car's ECU, just with up rev, and I didn't have a flex fuel sensor. So what the flex fuel sensor means, for those who don't know, this will actually read the ethanol content that is in the car. If you pump gas at, say, one gas station that has 30% ethanol content, the ECU is going to adjust for that and still run efficiently. Whether the ethanol content is high or low, it's always going to be running at its best. By not having one, when you pump low ethanol content, the car is going to be trying to run the full, efficiency, but it's not going to compensate. So technically you could damage the engine. It's very unlikely, but it is possible. So with this setup, we are going to be running a flex fuel sensor, which is the appropriate way really to run E85. I'm really excited about that. So that's going to be this piece over here. Next up, I am most excited for is going to be the ECU Masters EMU Black ECU. This is a standalone ECU. It's actually my first standalone ECU, and I'm just super excited to be running it in my Nismo 370Z with the 2JZ. But yeah, EMU Black ECU Masters, this is just a crazy piece, and it's just really crazy to just see how small this thing is. Like, you pay all this money for a part and it's this big. Let me show you what the stock ECU looks like so you can just have this for reference. So just for comparison, you can see this is the stock 2JZ GTE ECU, and then this is the EMU Masters Black ECU Masters Black, however you want to say it. This thing has like 40 names. You can just see, like, off the rip how small this thing is. I just think that's so funny that this is like quadruple, double the price of that. Excited to be running that with the JZ. That's going to pair very, very nice. Next up on the list is going to be some valve cover gaskets. So nothing crazy there, just some valve cover gaskets. We are going to be getting the valve covers painted very, very soon. I'm actually going to go over there and show you guys something really, really cool later if you didn't already see it yet. But we are going to be getting the valve covers painted soon. We just need that for when they are painted. After that, we have the harness. This is the full engine harness right here. So this is from Wiring Specialties. You guys might have heard of them for like a lot of swaps, 240s. They make a lot of harnesses just for anything and everything. Yes, again, like I said, this is the full harness. So this will just directly bolt onto every plug that we have over there and to power this car. And I am so stoked for that, because honestly, when I got the JZ, I think the biggest and the scariest part of it was the wiring, because I'm like, dude, does anybody even make a harness that will work with the JZ and the 370? And come to find out they do. So if you guys didn't know, this is not a sponsored video, but Wiring Specialties makes a harness for the 2JZ VVTi, non-VVTi, whatever you have, to the 370Z. I just think that's really cool. I know you've probably seen a lot of 350Z swaps, but again, for the 2JZ and the 370Z, let alone a Nismo, I didn't think that they made that. So it's just really cool to see that they do. I'm very, very, very excited to be running this piece. And after that, we have a couple of more gaskets. This is going to be the rear main seal. Again, as I've said in previous videos, the engine was on the engine stand, so I wasn't able to do the rear main seal gasket. This one is very, very easy and quick to go ahead and take care of. That's going to be pretty much all of the parts right here. I want to show you something that you already saw earlier in the video. Let me know what you think about this right here. So as you can see, we have the chrome intake manifold, we have the painted block, painted water neck, and now we also have a chrome turbo housing. So what do you guys think about that? Before, I'll go ahead and try to throw up a picture right here of what it used to look like before, and then now after. Granted, the lighting is not the best, but you get the idea. I just really wanted it to match the intake manifold and just have everything kind of uniform. Just kind of picture in your head freshly painted valve cover, and then also the two side valve covers. So I'm not gonna go ahead and spoil the colors for that. I do want that to be a surprise later in the future videos, but we are gonna be getting those painted. That's gonna be it for this video. I just want to give you guys a quick update as far as everything I had as far as as parts. Still do need probably, I want to say like 5 more bigger things, and technically the swap will really be done. If you guys are excited for the future to come videos, please drop a like on this video, comment if you're new, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more crazy content with my car, my boys' cars, and just everything. Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next video.